What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today I will be reviewing The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. So without further ado, let's get into it. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It was released in 2021. It was directed by Michael Chaves, and I have to be completely honest with you, I had not seen any of the previous Conjuring films or related spin-off films before going in to see this one. So I was a new viewer to the Conjuring series. However, having watched this film, I'm glad to say that I would like to see the others, because I was impressed by this film. It's not the best film in the world, no way near. However, I think it did a good job at producing a very creepy atmosphere with quite an interesting and compelling story. Now I'm going to go over a couple of things that I enjoyed about this film, and then we'll get to the conclusion. So in terms of character development, Ed and Lorraine Warren are given suitable levels of development in this film, however not exceptional levels, if you understand me. Ed Warren does suffer a heart attack in this film, so that makes him appear vulnerable, so that's good development. Similarly with Lorraine Warren, she goes through certain aspects when she's trying to understand how the demonic forces are operating, so I think that was good. To be honest, the character which gets the most development is Arnie, the man who's being charged for murder and is trying to prove that he was possessed, and that is why he completely acted out of character and killed someone. So I think he gets the most development there as he's trying to fight the demonic forces. Overall, I would give character development a 6 out of 10 because while there is suitable development given to the main characters, there could have been a lot more. The performances are really strong. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are really great as Ed and Lorraine Warren. Honestly, they have a connection there which makes that couple very believable, and you can kind of feel the love and chemistry between the actors, and that works really well. However, I would say the standout performance is Ruairi O'Connor in the role of the possessed Arnie. He does an amazing job in this film, especially during some of the possessed scenes. They work really well. All of the performances are actually really strong in this film. I couldn't really pick out any which were bad, which is a really good thing. Even some of the child actors in this film did really well. So overall, I would give the performances an 8 out of 10 because while none of them, except for O'Connor's, is standout, they're all done really well. I have no real problem with the effects in this film. They all hold up really well, and some of the possessing scenes are actually very creative. However, I just think that with some of the effects, they could have been a bit more creative. I don't know, they could have pushed the boundaries a bit more, but that is really a nitpick. So overall, I would give the effects a 9 out of 10 because I have no real problem with them. I just think they could have been a little bit more creative. This film's story is probably the best and worst part of this film for the simple reason the idea of paranormal investigators trying to find evidence in defense of someone who is about to be convicted of manslaughter and say, well, actually he was possessed, so he shouldn't be charged, is really interesting. And the fact that it's based on a true story makes it even better. I like that this film offers us a mystery, and some of the plot twists in this film do work really well. However, I think what holds it back is the constant jump scares. For the simple reason, they are very predictable. I went to see this film with a friend, and to be honest, whenever we knew a jump scare was coming, we would just turn and look at one another because it was very predictable. It was very lazy, which is a shame because the actual storyline was really strong. So I'm a bit conflicted here because while the story was good, the jump scares let it down. So overall, I'm going to give the story and writing a 5 out of 10 because the storyline had potential there. It just could have been done in a better way. So for this film's special recognition, it's got to be how this film is based loosely on a true story. There was a man called Arnie Cheney Johnson who was convicted for manslaughter for the death of his landlord, and his defense tried to argue that he was possessed. Now, this didn't actually hold up in court. He was charged and sent to prison for 10 to 20 years. So, however, I like the fact that this film kind of has adapted it and said, well, actually, you never know, he might have actually been possessed and weren't thinking straight, and that's why he murdered his landlord. I think it's really interesting. I like when horror movies are based loosely on true stories, because it does make you want to investigate the true story and see how accurate it is. Now, this film is not actually very accurate in terms of what happened during the trial. However, it is an interesting spin on a true story. So overall, I would give the special recognition for this film a 7 out of 10 because I like the fact that it is loosely based on a true story. So in conclusion, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is a horror film with so much potential. It has a really interesting story with really well done plot twists, and the fact that it is loosely based on a true story makes the plot even more intriguing. The performances are really strong. However, what lets this film down is the predictable nature of the jump scares. There's just too many of them and they take you out of the story. And that is why The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It gets a well-deserved 35 out of 50, which gives it a grade 3 ranking. Now, while this film does have its problems, I actually really enjoyed it. I'm actually now going to see what the other Conjuring films are like, because I've heard that they're really, really good. So if you think I should check them out, please let me know in the comments down below. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed my Conjuring movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future. And I will see you in another one. See ya!